Hello everyone, thank you for joining this video. Today we are going to discuss about actually how we can speak English language with the help of root words. You know root words like suffix and prefix and affix. So I thought that today I think we should use these type of root words, and with the help of these root words we can easily make the sentences and we can easily remember these type of words, because learning these words is very uh, important, as well as is very easy. We can easily understand and we can easily remember these types of words. So in this video I'm just going to share with you some of the root words, some of the prefix and suffix, not affix, uh, because we are going to learn a few words, okay? And with the help of those words you have to make sentences. You can make sentences and you can use those sentences in your daily life as well, okay? So if I talk about the first word, yeah, let's begin this. If I talk about the first one, so that is called phobia. I know many of you are aware about it. Like you can make a lot of words with the help of this suffix. It's called I think suffix, okay? So with the help of this phobia, how many words we can make? See, first of all let me tell you the meaning of this word. So phobia means fear of something. Fear is called fear, okay? So if someone has a fear of anything, like for example I have a few words, suppose that someone has a fear of spiders, so we can say that you have a arachnophobia. You have a arachnophobia, okay? And second is like someone has a, if someone has fear of small places, haunted places, small rooms where there is no window and the sound is looking sound, the sound is very haunted. So the fear of small rooms and haunted places, so we can say you have a claustrophobia. Claustrophobia, and this type of fear most of the people have, this type of fear, because going somewhere in alone and just there is a place and it's looking like haunted place, so we can say, you can say you have a claustrophobia, okay? And if I talk about another one, we can say if someone has a fear of height, if someone has fear of height, so we can say you have a heitophobia. And if I talk about another one, like for example if someone has a fear of marriage, so we can say you have a gamophobia. It is called gamus. Gamus means marriage. It's another word. I will be talking about it after some time. So I was saying that if someone has a fear of marriage, so we can say you have a gamophobia. And if someone has a fear of public speaking, if someone has a fear of public speaking, so we can say you have a glossophobia. Glossophobia, yes. And I have a lot of so okay, let me tell you one more word and then I will tell you about another word, okay? Another root word. So this last one is uh, fear of death. Fear of death, it is called thanatophobia. Thanatophobia, if someone has a fear of death, so we can say you have a thanatophobia. And if someone has a fear of women, so we can say you have a gynophobia. A lot of words you can make. And see the trick to remember these vocabularies in this, I mean with the help of this trick you will not be able to forget these words. See, if anyone in your society, I mean in your surrounding, if anyone in your city, in your village, I mean anywhere, if any type of person like this, if any person is who has fear of a spider, and he must be, I mean there must be someone who has, who will have fear of these type of things, spiders and glossophobia and heitophobia. A lot of people are there, Okay, so everyone, I mean most of the people have this type of fear, so we can easily use, just imagine in your mind that yeah, he is that person and he has this fear, he has this fear. So with the help of this imagination, with the help of imagining in our mind that person, about that person, like that person has this type of fear, so we will not be forget, we we will not be able to forget that word, and we will be remembering it, and we can use it in our daily life. We can use it and we can easily remember these type of word. Okay, so with the help of these suffix words we can easily make the sentences. Okay, and if I talk about the another one, that is called actually uh, prefix. So that is called philo. See, philo means the lover of something. For example, if someone is a lover of something, so we can say it is a philo, it's kind of philo, like philo, you know, uh, philosophy. Philo is a love and Sophie is called wisdom. So wisdom, lover of wisdom is called philosophy. Getting the point? So it is called philosophy and it is called philo. So philo means love. And if I talk about, if a person who is a lover of books, who is a lover of books, so we can say you are a bibliophile. Yes, bibliophile is a person who loves with books. Okay, and another one is like if someone has a, you know, if someone is a lover of beard, yeah, beard, so we can say you are a pogonophile. Pogonophile is called a beard lover, you know. And if a person who respects women, who loves women, not that kind of love, it is a, you know, positive, so that is called actually philogynist. Philogynist. Okay, so with the help of these suffix and prefix and affix we can make a lot of words, and we can speak English language as well. We can speak, you know, some of the sentences, and we cannot forget it as well. I mean, we will be able to recall it, we will be able to use it for a long time, and you easily can understand, you easily can speak English language with the help of these root words, with the help of these, you know, small words. And now let me tell you actually, I was talking about gammas. Okay, what is gammas? So gammas is a marriage, it is called marriage. Okay, so if a person who gets marriage once in his life, so that is called monogamous. Monogamous. So there are many people who are monogamous. Okay, and you can easily imagine in your mind that anyone, like, yeah, he is a monogamous, and my brother and my uncle, yeah, I mean he is a monogamous. Okay, in this way you can easily learn it, you can easily speak it. Okay, and if I talk about another one, so that is called bigamous. It is called biogamous, but the sound is bigamous. Okay, bigamous, the person who gets marriage twice, so he is called, that is called biogamous or bigamous. Okay, and if I talk about the third one, that is called polygamous. If a person who gets marriage more than twice, I mean 3 4, there is no limitation. Okay, so that is called polygamous. Okay, polygamous. And if anyone is there in your city, in your village, I mean anywhere, so you can imagine it in your mind, and you can easily use this thing, you can easily use this word, like he is a polygamous, or he is a biogamous, or he's a, you know, monogamous. So in this way you can speak English language as well, and you can learn a lot of vocabularies as well, right? So this is what I wanted to share with you. I hope this video will be helpful for you. Thank you for watching.